Coming up in this edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly, Rockville is getting help to address the opportunities and challenges facing Town Center. We'll tell you what's on tap.
And Law and Order comes to life as Rockville High School students take the top spot at this year's MSBA Mock Trial State Championships.
Plus, Living Out Loud. Rockville Town Square comes live for this year's Pride celebration. We'll take you there. More news, more often, right now. This is Rock 11 Now Weekly, so let's get into it. Rockville's Town Center is set to get a checkup. A panel of Urban Land Institute experts will visit Rockville for 2 days in July to explore and offer recommendations for enhancing the vibrancy of the city's town center. The Urban Land Institute panel will conduct a work session during their 2-day visit called a Technical Assistance Panel, or TAP. TAPs are part of ULI's advisory program in which several panelists from varying backgrounds and areas of expertise collaborate to tour the study area, conduct interviews, and work on recommendations related to land use and economic development.
For many years, Rockville has wanted its town center to be strong and vital in the heart of the community. We have a great thing going there, but there are challenges. So the point of this study is to build on the things that are strong and to address some of those challenges so that we can have the vital downtown that we want to have.
Seeking analysis from an outside consultant was one of 11 potential approaches presented to the Mayor and Council. The 2-day TAP will culminate in a public presentation of ULI's findings and specific recommendations for Town Center, Wednesday, July 10th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the second floor Buchanan Room at FizArts. Those who can attend in person will be able to view the presentation of recommendations via Facebook Live on the city's Facebook page at facebook.com/City of Rockville.
Richard Montgomery High School claims the top spot at this year's Maryland State Bar Association High School Mock Trial State Championship.
It's a special group of kids who really like argument. They like analyzing issues, and it's an interscholastic activity that pits one high school against the other. They get a fictional fact pattern at the beginning of the year. They argue it just like in Law and Order. They make opening and closing statements. They direct and cross-examine witnesses, and they make closing statements. And it's quite exciting.
The Mayor and Council recognized the students for their prestigious achievement. Since January, the team had been presenting its case of teenage cyberbullying, ultimately getting a favorable ruling from the Court of Appeals of Maryland judge to win the championship. Over 100 teams participated statewide. A Rockville neighborhood takes advantage of the Community Empowerment Grant and uses it to bring its community together. The Rose Hill Falls Community Association applied for the grant to put on the Let's Get Social event. More than 100 community members showed up to socialize. The association wanted this to be a chance to bring neighbors together to build a stronger community and to build a line of communication between neighbors. The community empowerment grants could be used for community building projects, community improvement projects, and livability initiatives. If you received a community empowerment grant, let us know. Just email us at rockville11@rockvillemd.gov.
The City of Rockville's Human Rights Commission presented its 3rd annual Rockville Pride event. From the informational booths and interactive panel discussions, this year's theme to Live Out Loud was well represented.
Welcome to the 3rd annual Rockville Pride event. We saw the need 3 years ago to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community. There's so many kids here, and we're really excited about that. Our goal was to have several different activities for the kids to kind of draw the parents and everyone else. Kid Museum is here. They have activities downstairs for the kids. We also have a separate crafts table. The face painting is really popular. One of our performers is Gabrielle Z.
And I think of all the things what you do.
We also have Zach Benson, who is a friend of hers. We also have table talks in the Rockville Memorial Library first floor conference room. They'll be talking about coming out, pronouns, transgender health.
And finding out who I really was inside.
This event started off as a small program, and we decided to kind of revamp it to make it into what we thought it really should be, which is a festival for the community. This year is the biggest one that we've had yet. We absolutely want to keep this going, and we absolutely want to make it bigger.
For Rock 11 Now Weekly, I'm Craig Buchanan.
Still to come on Rock 11 Now Weekly, a mother's mission for peace continues with her annual Rockville event. We'll tell you more about it right after this. Jenny Stepanik's life mission has been to keep her late son Maddie's message that peace is possible alive. And you can be part of the National Peace Day campaign by attending this year's Peace Day celebration. It's Saturday, July 13th. From 1 to 5, you can enjoy the street fair at King Farm Village Green. And the celebration will continue from 5 to 8 at Botanero and Fatina Grill restaurants. You can learn more about the Peace Day campaign and celebration by heading to maddieonline.com. Rockville plays a very important role in Jenny Stepanik's effort to keep Maddie's legacy alive and to make peace the news. She tells us how the city became Peace Central and also how her peace campaign is part of the My Rockville movement.
Hello, I'm Jenny Stepanik, mom to Katie, Stevie, Jamie, and Maddie Stepanik. And this is my Rockville. Better yet, this is our Rockville. Maddie and I lived in a number of places prior to his books being published, usually in different basements where people, would let us rent space in the basement. When his books began selling and we realized we had the income necessary to actually move into our own home, we began looking for a community that was accessible for both he and I in wheelchairs, and also that was diverse. We wanted to move someplace where there was a celebration of humanity, where people looked at each other and spoke to each other. And we looked all over Maryland, all over Virginia, all over DC. A friend of ours lived in Rockville and said they're building new condos, new community called King Farm. At least come and look. So we came and we looked. And first of all, the layout of the condo that they showed us was perfect. And then we looked at the community as it was being planned, next to Metro, next to community college, next to all kinds of amenities. And then the last step was we went to Safeway. And we literally sat at the coffee shop and watched who came into the store. And as they came in, Maddie would say hi and see the response. And people looked up and said hi and spoke back to him. People, every shade of skin, different languages and accents, different type of dress. And Maddie looked at me and he said, "This is home." Rockville is a role model for how leaders can say, we're going to make peace a priority. We're going to put peace on our calendar. The leaders show up at the events. The leaders talk about Maddie's message in council meetings. We have all kinds of examples of how to begin, what to do next, and how to make it an attitude, a habit, a reality. And the city of Rockville wants to start bringing some of these activities into events beyond Peace Day. They're diversity events, they're flags from around the world, and they're making sure that for every nationality represented in Rockville, there's a flag in Rockville because we celebrate you as us and us as you. My Rockville is awesome. My Rockville is a heartbeat for peace. My Rockville is a root of hope. Hope is not an illusion. Hope is an energy that can be transformed into action. And my Rockville transforms hope into action, and that action leads to peace. And I am so happy that I live in my Rockville.
That's going to do it for this edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly. Remember, you can check out the latest happenings on our online newsletter at rockvillereports.com. And join in on the conversation and check out our posts by signing up for Nextdoor at nextdoor.com. And keep up with Rockville 11 by subscribing to our City of Rockville YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Twitter at Rockville 11, on Instagram at city_of_Rockville, and like us on Facebook. For the entire Rockville 11 team, I'm Kathy Dantzler. Until next week, Rockville.